morning, guys. So just on my way to work, I thought I would do a quick video. I've seen a lot of people question lately, what actually is ketosis? So what's the whole point of doing low carb, high fat? Why do we want our body to go into ketosis? So ketosis basically is nature's healthy way of burning stored fats in our body. So people like me in the past would crave on, starchy carb food, sugar foods, and we would love them because you take in a lot of those starchy, sugary foods and you get such a great burst of energy that would, give you a burst of energy for an hour or so. And then you would notice that you're starting to crave more foods, that you weren't hungry, so you would eat more and more and more, which in the end, after a while, if you weren't burning off the sugary and carb foods, they would then turn into stored fats. So, which is why people then come around and think, I've got so much stored fat in my body, I need to go on a diet. And that's when the whole, diet searching starts and people try and find ways to burn this stored fat in our body. But the reason why we're all loving this keto way of life, or LCHF, or banting as people call it, is it's a natural way, without taking pills, without following strict calorie paid for diets. It's a naturally healthy way to intake all these healthy natural foods to turn your body into ketosis. So ketosis is when the body switches over to burn and give you energy from the stored fats that you have in your body, which is why this diet, or way of life as I like to call it, is so beneficial to us, because it not only burns all the fat and that's stored in our body, it gives you great energy from burning fat. You actually have so much more benefits from being in ketosis: clearer minds, sharper reaction times, more energy, better sleep patterns, better skin, better hair. So there's so many great benefits from being in ketosis. It's just getting there. So what our body needs to go into ketosis is to eliminate carbs, starchy food and sugars from our daily intake. So, as you may have seen from my websites, from my vlogs, or from various websites around the world at the moment, there is strict eating on ketosis, which doesn't mean you have to, live off carrot sticks or lettuce leaves, but stop eating carbohydrates and stop eating sugars into your body. Bad carbohydrates, like the starchy foods. You can still have good net carbs. But yeah, so no more pastas and breads and sugars and wheats and oats and things like that, but to replace them with more nutritious foods. So more protein, good fats, good fatty oils, good fatty meats, and of course vegetables and green leafy foods. So after a while, you start this new way of living. No more starchy carbs, no more sugars intake into your body. And then your body goes into ketosis, which means your body then will switch over to start burning the fat stored in your body. Because there is no sugar and carbs to give you that burst of energy to, burn that fat off, your body has to switch over to find another source of energy inside your body, which is your stored fats. So being in ketosis can take some people up to 2 weeks to 2 months. It depends. It depends how well you are eating. If you're tracking your macros to, only be eating proteins, healthy fats, higher fats, and, green leafy vegetables, your body will go into ketosis. The more strict you are on the diet, the more you are intaking all this healthy food. And to get you out of ketosis straight away, it's as easy as having a piece of cake. So you do have to be pretty strict on this way of living. Get rid of the sugars and carbs. It is hard to start with, but after 3-4 weeks, you'll notice the difference. So being in ketosis is really great for your body, great for your mental health. There are 3 things to help you stay in ketosis, which doctors really recommend. is to stay hydrated, drink a lot of water between meals, especially if you are fasting from 8 p.m. till 10 a.m. the next day. Make sure you're taking in a lot of water. Your body needs to stay hydrated. 2 is to have a good sleep and to get enough salts into your body. So magnesium is really good to keep you in ketosis, to keep your magnesium levels up, and also to have a good sleep pattern. So 7 to 8 hours a night is what your body needs to restore and to stay functioning well in ketosis. And the last thing that will help you stay in ketosis is to stay relaxed. Do not stress so much. Stress does a lot of things to your body. So obviously people will become stressed at work and daily life, but try not to dwell on stress too much. Keep your body calmed and focused and relaxed a lot of times, which will help your ketosis flow better. So I hope that's kind of explained a bit of what ketosis is. It does worry me that I've been on a few Facebook pages and websites of people who are starting LCHF way of life, who have started the keto diet and are restricting themselves from so many nutrients. Obviously they've stopped eating carbohydrates and sugars, but halfway through, a couple of weeks in, they go, what is this ketosis everyone's talking about? So I think, for people who are doing this way of life now, you really, really need to research into ketosis, into LCHF way of living, into this Banting diet. You really need to understand what it's doing to your body, how ketosis works for your body, how to get into ketosis, and how to stay in ketosis to burn the stored fat in your bodies. So people, please do a lot of research into this. Don't just wake up one morning and saying, oh, I've heard Cheryl down the road's doing a keto diet. She's not allowed sugars. I'm going to stop eating sugars and just eat high fats. It's not based really on that. There is a lot more input to the LCHF. You really need to do your research. A book that I've read that I recommend is called The Real Meal Revolution. It's a great book. It's a red hardcover book you can get from many bookstores, around $30 to $40. So I do recommend doing a lot of research on, ketosis, how it works for you. It will benefit you in the long run. You'll understand it more. So it's really beneficial if you do your research before you jump into a way of life. It also will stop you from, falling off the bandwagon and it'll give you a clearer understanding of why ketosis is actually really good for our body. So just to wrap up, ketosis is the body's natural way of burning the stored fats in our body. So it's a really, really healthy way. It's a healthy way of living. You cut out the starchy foods, cut out the sugars after a while, maybe a week or so, of living off good proteins, high fats and leafy vegetables, that your body will then go into a natural state of ketosis where it will naturally burn off your stored fats. So it's really healthy for you. It's a great way of, losing weight, gaining so much more, clearer mind, clarity, smarter, more focused mindset, and there's many other benefits for it. So I do recommend you do your research before you start any keto or LCHF way of life. And, if you've got any questions, ask people who have been on keto for a while. It's really important you know what you're doing and understand fully what it is. So I hope this helps people who have sent me questions of saying, LCHF is a great, awesome diet, but what is ketosis? It's really important to understand. So I hope I've helped some people understand ketosis way of life. I hope everyone's going great with the diet. People that, are just starting this week, good on you. It's a great way to, live this healthier way of life. And it's a natural way. It's a natural way to burn these stored fats in our body. So good luck, and I will talk to you next vlog.